Today I'm going to be discussing some tricks on how you can pick sounds that go well together to make your production sound top-notch. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, and welcome to Distinct Mastering. My name is Freddie. I'm a mastering engineer, producer, DJ, and president of Sleeping Giant Music. For over 2 decades, I've helped artists grow their careers, and now I'm here to help you with your music production skills. If you'd like a free stereo master sample from me, check the link below in my description. And now, let's talk about how to pick sounds that go well together so you can make your productions stand out. Okay, number 1, quality. The first step to having quality productions is to use quality sounds. I discussed this in a previous video about why your mix might suck, and I'm bringing it up again because it is that important. Make sure you're using quality samples and quality sounds. Number 2, tuning. Make sure that your sounds are in key with each other. Sometimes tuning a drum sample up or down can make it fit into the groove much better, and this is often an overlooked trick that people don't think about. Check your tuning. Number 3, try not to pick too many sounds that sound too alike, especially if you're trying to layer them. If you're trying to layer something, focus on what could be lacking from the sound so you can add that characteristic in on top of the sound you're trying to layer. Another example to note when using 2 different sounds is make sure that they don't take up the same frequency spectrum. For example, if you have a low sub bass, you're probably going to want to use a higher, more snappier kick drum, and vice versa. If you have a low, deep kick drum, you might want to use a more mid-range bass. Number 4, let's talk about layering once again. When trying to layer 2 sounds together, remember to focus on the characteristics of what might be lacking. So if you have like a nice, big, deep-bodied synth, maybe it needs a little bit more of an attack transient that you could layer on top to help it cut through the mix. Another good example, for example, is kick drums. You know, kick drums have a lot of low-end information, but a lot of times to help them cut through the mix, adding a short hi-hat or a transient of noise or just even a click can help it cut through the mix. Number 5, make sure you pay attention to the actual shape of your sounds. The shape of your sounds is very important and plays a vital role in how your sounds interact with each other. Most synths obviously have an ADSR, the attack, decay, sustain, and release. Some of the samplers do as well, and you can use those to shape your sounds. Now, if you're dealing with actual audio and you don't have that, you could use something like a transient designer or a shaper tool. Another common trick is to use sidechain compression to actually kind of shape and duck the sound so things can fit and sit well in the mix. Number 6, as you start to stack sounds on top of each other, make sure to carve some space. Using EQs to carve space plays a vital role in how everything can be balanced on the frequency spectrum. If you find that things are getting too muddy or building up in one area, you need to carve some space and make room for everything to sit well together. And lastly, number 7, effects. I discussed this before in a previous video, but it is important. A lot of these synth presets these days come with a lot of effects turned on to make them sound good by themselves, and just turning some of those off can really help things to sit better in your mix. Also, if you put processing after the synth and you're processing with effects on, it could create more of a mess. So I recommend to try to turn some of those off, put your processing after, and then put effects like delays and reverbs after that. It'll help things sit better. You can use the delays and reverbs that are already being used in your mix to help things kind of be more glued together. And a huge tip with samples, if you're using something like Splice or sample packs, sometimes a lot of these samples come with effects, but they might have a wet version and a dry version. I usually try to find the dry version if it's available. If it's not available, sometimes you can get creative and chop off those effects and then put your own after with automation. And that's some of my top sound selection tips for music producers. If you have any questions or want to add to some of the tips, please shoot me a comment down below. If we've never worked together before and you'd like a free stereo mastered sample from me, check the link below in my description. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and the bell notification will keep you up to date. Once again, my name is Freddie from Distinct Mastering, and have a great day.